Welcome to Arabesque. We are in the beautiful Mayfair area of London. We have come here to take part in the unique exhibition that's opening up today. The exhibition features 5 Syrian artists. They cannot themselves be present today, but are here telling their stories in the shape and form of their art. This is Syria Art Today.
I was speaking with some people in the art community, and they started introducing me to some Syrian artists, and one thing led to another, and of course via my art advisory company I started working with these artists individually for specific projects, whether it was for art collectors or restaurants or what have you. And I started to build a relationship with each of these artists, and I really find their work to be very interesting and very relevant. We are showcasing 5 Syrian artists between the ages of 21 and 42. They're all incredibly talented individuals who are going through an intense situation in their country, and many of them are using, art as a creative way to release their thoughts and energy into the canvas or photo camera. So the point of this exhibition this week is really to help the European community realize that Syrians have a fantastic quality and creativity, and that they shouldn't forget about Syria and the beauty that it has to offer. The 3 of them are from Damascus, and they went to the University of Damascus and studied in fine arts. One of them studied at the Lebanese University, and our youngest artist from Latia he's a self-taught autodidact. So we have quite a variety of influences and of styles. I have each of them in my home, so it's not like I have a preference. I love them all, honestly. I'm really excited to have our eldest artist, Tahir Marouf, with us here. He is somebody who is featured in the National Museum of Singapore. He's also in the Farhat Museum in Lebanon. He's an artist that I believe really should capture the attention of the European community. He has such deep thought, such good technique, and definitely deserves to be recognized outside of his home country. The Middle Eastern community that is active in Europe and in the West, I mean, they are the ones that are usually typically the proactive ones, as opposed to a Westerner picking up interest in the Middle Eastern community. I hope that that's changing, but just like everything, it takes time for people to be educated about the value and the quality. There's really 2 objectives with this exhibition. The first is the artistic the side of the exhibition, which is to promote artists, not just Syrian artists, they are Syrian, but just to promote these 5 talented artists, to help them be seen in the European community, in the West, as we say. The secondary priority is that a portion of the proceeds will be given to Oxfam. First of all, we would love for the community in London to recognize these 5 artists. Hopefully they'll fall in love with them, collect them, keep them in their home, but not only on the collector side. Even if a gallery would like to find out more about an individual artist, sign them on and help move their careers forward. We really hope to move their career forward. And on a personal level, I'm just happy to be here and supporting this endeavor.
Called the green Venus. Why green? Because the green Venus represents for him the plants, the sun, which is really important in the Middle East for us, and the green, and yellow, it's the colors of the sunflowers in the Middle East. So actually, he's using here Middle Eastern colors. And once he has done this painting, he was watching this painting, and then he felt a very strong feeling that there is something in this land, I mean in Syria, that makes him feel that he belongs there and he doesn't want to leave Syria.
We're bringing the Syrian people to London to then be able to return support to their own people. So the proceeds from this event, some will go to the artists themselves and then some to the Oxfam programme. I mean, I think it's valuable to, be creative in the market here in London itself. There's a lot of, interest and vibe. And also, given the Syria crisis is on the news and the media, it's been a crisis for the last 3 years. We really need to sort of support it a bit differently, and it's a bit more unique by doing it through art. I was in Syria just a few months ago. I was in Damascus for 3 weeks, so I spent some time there in the old town wandering around and saw some of the creative art there. They're really nice abstract art and also a lot of black and white, but then they have a splash of red, in random corners, which I really like. So yeah, I mean, showing their creativeness and how they interpret life and also what's going on in Syria. First and foremost, I'd love to hear the artists being able to go back home to where they're from in terms of Syria. In terms of artists, their publicity being not just for Syria, but worldwide, and then for Oxfam as an organisation, and also our response is to convey the need out there. There's the refugee crisis, related to Syria, but also the hosting community. So if you can picture Lebanon's got about 4 million people, and they've got an extra 1 million people there now, so an extra burden. So in terms of access to food, water, livelihoods, income-generating activities is all somewhat challenging. So really looking at that bigger picture stuff.
Thank you so much for joining us. I hope you had a good time. Join us next week as we roam the streets for London to find you more of the arts and culture life that the UK has to offer. Until then, take good care.